feel your pulses? Yeah.
I originally grew up in Idaho, and I was one of those children who knew she wanted to be a veterinarian from before she could really pronounce the word. I think I always loved animals and science. Both of my parents are scientists. I think they instilled in me this curiosity about the natural world, and animals were always the thing that I was the most curious about.
Gums looking good. Say ah.
When I got to Iowa State, and even beforehand in my residency, I had started doing some research with the concept of lung ultrasound. For a long time, people didn't want to ultrasound the lungs or thought that it was not possible because lungs contain air, and air impedes the ultrasound beam. So a lot of my research, both in my residency and then once I got here to Iowa State, was looking at lung ultrasound for the diagnosis of congestive heart failure in dogs and cats. And then these black shadows here are the rib spaces. Now that we have gotten some of that research findings back and that we know that this technique and modality is very useful, the next step was implementing a basic ultrasound curriculum here for the veterinary students at Iowa State.
If we go back to the heart there and change our depth.
It's super exciting and super rewarding to be able to see your research being implemented with the next generation of students. And I think it's really meaningful to students to see the way that our knowledge base in this profession has grown just in the past 5 years.
And he's kind of like a lion. He thinks he's a lion.
Between undergraduate and veterinary school, I had an amazing opportunity through a Fulbright scholarship to go to Botswana and work in a field camp that researched lion demographics, reproduction, and health. So I lived there for a year, had some incredible experiences and challenges living in the bush. And the specific aspect that we were looking at was actually advising the Botswana government on their trophy hunting policies.
So this is actually what normal lung ultrasound looks like.
I love where I have ended up in vet med because it is very specific and my expertise is very specific, but the breadth of animals that I'm still able to work with and still provide that cardiology care is still quite broad. I get to practice my craft, my specialty of cardiology in the clinic. I get to teach the veterinary students, and I get to do research. And on a day-to-day basis, all of those things may happen within the span of approximately 15 minutes. It's really cool.